So it's been a while since I did a video. In fact, it's been a while. And guess what that all burns down to? Fucking lazy. But don't worry, the channel you never knew you needed has come back to haunt you in your... Anyway, this is gonna be a video, a follow-up to the first Scout main video, which got popular. What? Did I make this? How is this? In all seriousness, thank you so much for all the support that video has got ended. And top comment. I'm not sure how to react to this, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. Anyway, surrounding the whole competitive theme that Valve are going to be adding in the next update, I assume. It's already in beta, so I assume so. I'm going to be doing more of a competitive Scout focused video this time, and hopefully it can help you as much as the last video. Without any further ado, let's go! Before we jump into any kind of competitive game, it's important that we know a few console commands and keybinds before we do so. And no, this will not get you VAC banned. The first one that you may see me using a lot of the time in these gameplays is R_draw view model 1 and 2. 1 makes it so you see your view models, and 2 makes it so you don't see them. This gives you an advantage because you can see more of the screen and you can react quicker. For me personally, I use binds on my keyboard so I don't have to type it in the console every time. I use 1 and 2 and use the scroll wheel to change weapons, but it's entirely under preference, whatever you choose. To bind a command to a specific key, all you need to do is type in the console, bind space whatever key you want, and then put the command in speech marks. This is of course important for all of the Lenny faces that you're going to be needing to post in chat. I presume 90% of you have put damage indicators and hit sounds on, but the 4% who haven't, do it. Sensitivity and movement keys are entirely preference, but I do advise you to mess around with them. Keep in mind, mid to low sensitivity is best for Scout. So now that you're content with your setup, you're just going to want to go straight into some competitive games. But there's 2 reasons why that won't work. If you want to be top scoring and actually contribute to your team, you're going to have to warm up before you play. The second reason is because it's not out yet, okay? I'm sorry. Soon. Calm down. So there are a few ways to warm up, but my favourite way is going to an MGE server. You can simply find them by typing MG in the map. And grab a friend or a randomer and then start practicing. Whenever you feel you're ready, you can jump right into a game. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to get into the more technical stuff. In competitive, there's a certain role that every class must deliver, and for Scout, it's to scout. Take advantage of your speed and get information that your team might need to win the game. Any opportunity you get to get behind the enemy gives you a really big advantage over it. And I can't stress this enough, shoot only when you need to shoot. If you're behind the enemy and you haven't engaged with them yet, you can get loads of information for your team. In these clips you're seeing right now, I'm going a little bit too Rambo in retrospect, so turn it down a little bit. If you do decide to go all Arnold Schwarzenegger, there are a few classes you must prioritise before killing the rest. Medic's the big one. If you can take down the medic, they won't be able to heal and you will have more chance of a successful push. Closely followed by Sniper and Demo. If you can take these down, you can avoid disgusting damage on your team. From then on, any other damage or picks you can get will be beneficial. Although I strongly advise against going against soldiers unless you know that they're on low health or your team has told you otherwise. This is because with his health and damage combined, he can easily destroy you. If you don't manage to take them down, still try to make effort to communicate with your team, saying how lit they are, how many, etc. I might be a little bit confused about the title of this section, but rightfully so. Currently in competitive, you can change classes or change loadouts in the middle of a round. This can lead to some very interesting tactics and team decisions. Even though it's more important for classes such as Medic, Scout could also use this to benefit. So what items work best in competitive? Well, it's whatever you prefer. This is a scattergun shot on the normal mode, and as you can see, it's fairly random. But from what I've gathered from competitive mode, all scatterguns consistently show a clear pattern, which means there's no definitive best scattergun. As for secondary and melee, all options are viable. You can be more of a support with Mad Milk for healing and Bonk Atomic Punch for absorbing damage, accompanied with the Sandman or the Boston Basher to get Medic's Supercharger. You can be more of an offensive scout, you picking up items like pistols, cleavers, rap assassins and candy canes. Or you can be a troll slash ninja, which I don't advise with the other weapons. Make sure to adapt your loadout to certain situations to help your team. Alternatively, if scout isn't working, you can always switch class. For example, when you push back to the last point, I always like to switch to pyro so you can airblast the enemies. Now I've explained the scout's role in competitive play, you'll actually see that it's quite straightforward to play scout. But the key things I want you to take away from this video is to get information, to flank behind, and engage if you need to or have already been engaged. Following these 3 steps can drastically improve your play as a scout and your contribution to your team. Oh, let me just put that on there. Everyone knows it's TF2's pay to win here. But seriously though, it takes hundreds upon hundreds of hours to get good at scout, and if you don't put all that effort in, you won't get there. Just stay patient and you'll be incredible one day. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more scout tips, go watch the other one if you haven't already. I know I sound like 2 years old, but I think I make some good points. I recorded that a few years ago and I still stand by the things I said in that video. So if you do want tips on aiming and stuff like that, be sure to check it out. And thank you so much for watching once again, and see you later.